Hello everyone and welcome back to my welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Audrey and this is my doll boudoir, and today at my doll boudoir we are actually not reviewing anything yet again. See, I'm so used to saying this, and today at my doll boudoir we're gonna be reviewing not today. Today we are going to be customizing Junior High Stella, and we are gonna be turning her into Junior High Ainsley. And this is funny because I have a long list of costumes that I want to make, and Junior High Ainsley is not on it. This is a purely spontaneous project that I just felt like doing in a whim.
Alright then, well I know you're in a pinch, so this menu can be done in a snap.
Like this. So if you want to see how she turns out, then stay tuned and keep on watching. So here is the doll, and she's all ready to get her hair dyed. So I'm going to put her aside. I'm going to get my bowl ready. I'm going to fill it up with boiling water. You're going to want to use about 750 milliliters of water, and after that you're going to want to grab your Rit dye, and the label is broken, so it's got no label, but it's purple. It's the most basic purple you can use, and I'm using 1.5 cups of dye. And make sure you stir it, and make sure it's an all-purpose dye because that one is safe and it won't stain your doll's head. If you use synthetic dye, you might have to use acetone to remove the staining of their head, and you just do that until you're happy with the color, and after that you go wash her with shampoo and cold water and you're done. So here is the doll in her little turban, and I cannot tell you how many times I tried to record this. I couldn't say little turban for the love of God. Anyway, as you can see, the hair isn't pink anymore. It covered beautifully. It looks very nice. I'm happy with it. So let me go ahead and try and remove her eyes. So the easiest way to remove their eyes is to remove the head and use a makeup brush and push the eyes out. I used to dunk their heads in boiling water and push the eyes out with my fingers, but that is not as easy as this method. So now that the eyes are out, I am going to remove her eye makeup, and I'm saying eye makeup because I'm going to be keeping her brows and her lips. Her lips because I want to use a slightly different shade of pink and I don't want to build it up like crazy. And as for the brows, I think they suit Ainsley and I just want to keep them. So yeah. So as you can see, her makeup is now gone and she's sprayed with a single layer of Mr. Super Clear, and I'm going to be repainting her now. However, the reason why I only use one layer of Mr. Super Clear as a base is because these dolls have inset eyes, and when you try and put them back in, the more layers of sealant you used, the greater the chance of the sealant cracking, and I'm just trying to avoid that. And the reason why you don't see me map anything out with watercolor pencils is because when you try and use paint over watercolor pencils, it just does something to the paint. It makes it apply weird, at least in my experience. And I just didn't like that. So unless I really have to map something out, like brows, I will try and avoid using pencils under my paint. I will, however, be using pencils to create her rainbow gradient eyeshadow later, so stay tuned for that. Like I said earlier, I'm only going to be changing the shade of pink ever so slightly. The changes are barely noticeable, but there are there nonetheless. And that's why I didn't remove her lips. So for her outfit, we are not making anything from scratch today. I am going to be using Emmy's skirt for a skirt, obviously, and I decided to use this one, to utilize this one, because I have removed one of the buckles, as you can see. And for a top, I'm going to be using Uma's top, this one right here. So what you see me do right now is I am trying to cut it open in the back, and I am removing the crotch piece, and I have mapped out where the new stitching has to be to accommodate for the size difference between rainbow high and junior high. So let me get my sewing machine and let's get to work. So even though I should have done that earlier, I am now removing the old Velcro. I'm going to flip the fabric and put new Velcro on. So I've run out of my white Velcro, but since it's not going to be visible anyway, I've decided to use black Velcro instead. So this is what the outfit looks like after the initial alterations. This is what it looks like from the back, from the left, and from the right. And it's not perfect. I'm happy with it though. And to make it a little bit less boring, I'm going to bedazzle the front of the skirt. So you can see I've mapped everything out to make sure the spacing is even between the studs, and the glue that I'm using is some fabric OOAK glue. I think that's how it's pronounced. And initially I only wanted to do that seam in the front, well, around the seam in the front. But later on I realized that it just looks a little bit too plain and empty, and I added some more studs around the pockets and just you know, yeah. So the skirt is pretty much done at this point, so let me go ahead and put her eyes back in. Now we're going to put the eyes back in, so let's pray the makeup stays in place. Because last time it flaked off, so wish me luck. Oh yeah, I plugged it. Let's try it. Put her back on the body. Let's put her back let's gloss her lips. So now that her lips are drying, we found ourselves some time to work on the shoes. So I got these shoes off Etsy, and if I remember and if I can still find them, I'm going to link them down in the description below. But I like them for the most part. However, I do think they're a little bit boring. So I am going to be putting the same studs that I put on the skirt on these shoes. So let's go and do that. So here are the shoes all done. I think they've got a little bit more character and I like them a little bit more. And finally, as the last step, pretty much the last step of this customization process, let's take a look at the hair. So I'm currently removing the pins from her head, and wow, that looks bad. Let me see if I can see a parting still. I think the parting's still there. Yep, the parting's still there. So let me go ahead, put it up in a ponytail, and I'll show you what it looks like all styled. So here she is, all styled. Here is the ponytail, very voluminous. I was hoping the hair would be a little bit longer, but that's fine. It's still curled really nicely. The color looks way lighter on camera, and I left one tendril in the front as opposed to two because, you know, she's a junior, so she has less hair in the front, obviously. No, I wanted to differentiate it from her original style somehow, but I still wanted her to have a ponytail. So whoa, that's what I did. Stop shaking the camera. As you can see, off camera, I went ahead and did some things. I put her shoes on, that's the first one, and using Heather Grayson's hair accessories, I made earrings for my Ainsley, and I used bobby pins to put them in her ears because, as you know, junior high dolls don't have pierced ears. And I put some chain on the skirt, and I used some charms that I had to use on the chain, and they are RH for Rainbow High because everything has to say on brand. And the way I secured the chain to the skirt is I used the leftover ribbon that she had hanging about from her skirt, and I created a loop in the front and in the back. And that's what the chain is attached to. And I also gave her one of Uma's bracelets to, I don't know, give her some edge. I mean, does she look edgy? I guess she does. Anyway, that's my Ainsley, and I am really pleased with her. I thought she was going to turn out worse than she did, and it was my first ever junior high custom doll, and she's given me a lot of ideas. I'm not gonna lie, I'm looking forward to customizing more junior high dolls, and yeah, that's basically all I had to say about the doll. Now, if you like this video, please remember to like and subscribe. Let me know in the comment section down below what you think of this custom and what you think of this video. If you have any questions at all, please also leave them in the comment section down below. I do my best to reply to the comments as frequently as possible whenever I see them. Whenever I have a free moment, I will always try and reply to you. As always, I took some photos of my custom doll, and I'm going to put them at the end of this video. If you'd like to see more, please visit my Instagram at DollXBoudoir, where you can see the rest. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!